What's up guys? Today in this video we're going to talk about how Sid here made 100K in 6 months doing nothing. Sid, jump right into it, man.
Thank you for having me, buddy. So the funny thing is, before COVID I was looking for a property to buy in Cambridge because it's still GTA and it's not that far away from core downtown Toronto. So we got this property which was a legal secondary dwelling unit. So what's a legal secondary dwelling unit? It has two units. One on top, which is like a 2-bedroom unit, and one in the basement, which is like a studio unit. So we got this for $442,000. There was a bid above us, there was a bid below us. Luckily, we got the house. It was kind of fair market value, but the best part about this property was it was in a very good neighborhood where only 3% of the properties come on market every year. So pretty much like whoever's living here is living here for good. You'll literally find mansions around here in this neighborhood. Like everything is 800,000 plus in the neighborhood, and my property is pretty much the cheapest in the neighborhood, smallest and the cheapest. So I bought this property. I closed on this property around I think May 1st. I didn't even move in this property until the end of May. So I got this property. I'm still renovating the basement, converting it into an Airbnb unit, still working on it. There is a builder who's building a huge single family, like 2,600 square feet, like 4-bedroom single family house just near my backyard, which will be pretty much cost like $900,000 when it's done. So I was talking to that guy the other day and he's like, are you planning to sell your property? I was like, no, I just got here. Just in case if you're selling, let me know. I'm like, how much would you pay? And this guy tells me he'll give me $530,000, $530K. I'm like, you haven't even seen the property. And he goes like, I don't need to see the property, because he had seen the property when it went on market just for 24 hours. He had come and seen the property. I'm like, I'm not even done with the renovations. He's like, you don't have to worry about anything. If you want to sell the house, just let me know. I'll just come over. I'll give you $530K. I'll give you an offer today and get the property. You don't even need to renovate anything. And this was like roughly end of August. And then I met him again in September and he says, if you're still thinking of selling the property, let me know. I'll give you $550,000. I bought this property for $440 and this guy's still giving me $550, so that's roughly $108,000.
Yeah.
In less than 5-6 months.
Yeah.
Without doing anything. Like he's telling me you don't even need to renovate, just hand it over.
Wow. So essentially you just walked into that appreciation.
Yeah.
Right?
It's all about buying strategically based properties where you are located in a very good neighborhood. Like people emphasize more about buying under market value properties, which is very crucial, so that you have a lot of equity in the buy or you have made a profit in the buy. But at the same time, you also need to put some emphasis on the fact that you need to buy properties in a very good neighborhood. You know, like everything around here is minimum $800,000. So
yeah.
I'm pretty much located in the best spot possible.
Yeah.
So I don't even need to do anything. The house prices, house sales around in my neighborhood will just raise the price of my property, will raise the price of the neighborhood. So I don't even need to do anything. So that's how I pretty much, like in less than 6 months, I made like $100,000. I haven't planned to sell the house. I don't have any plans to sell the house, but just knowing that I can sell this anytime and get $100,000 easy, that just sparked the fire. And I'm like, okay, let's go all in into real estate, because like you could be making $100,000 plus, but after tax, what do you get? You get like 60, 70. The more you make, you'll be happy getting a bump from $100,000 to $130,000.
Yeah.
But then once you cross your slab and go in the next tax slab, you'll be taxed more. So you pretty much, if you're making 70K, making 100,000, if you jump to 130, 140, you don't jump to 100,000, you probably jump to 85.
Yeah.
Like it's after tax, you don't make so much money. And this property I bought as my primary residence, so everything I make on the profit is directly in my pocket. I don't have to pay no capital gains taxes. So
Yep.
it was just amazing.
Sweet.
Sitting, doing nothing, just chilling at the house.
I mean, obviously, like you're doing the renovations, and we covered
yeah.
in the last video. But no, it's like crazy to think that you could have just bought it and held it, and you still have that appreciation,
Yeah.
potential appreciation.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like that's why I feel like real estate's so nice, because there's like cash flow. It's like you said, making money on the buy, where you get instant equity because you buy under market value, and it's like stuff like this, like literally 6 months, 100K. Like some people don't even make that, like you said, in a year.
Yeah, like even if you make that in a year, after tax you got nothing.
Yeah.
And for that 100K, you have to live in downtown Toronto, you have to pay that extra rent, pay that extra expenses of living there. And then in the end, can you save 20 grand? Probably not.
Yeah.
If I sell this house, I have almost 100,000 in my pocket right away. Don't even need to do anything.
Yeah.
So which just blew my mind. I have no plans of selling this house. That's why I'm still renovating. Otherwise, I would have just handed it over to him with the 1960 flower wallpaper all over. Just handed it over to him, got the money, and just walked away. Yeah.
Okay, now Sid, I've never heard this strategy before because it's interesting. You said a couple times where you buy the cheapest and smallest property in that neighborhood where there's more expensive properties. Where'd that idea come from? Because it's like I never heard of that.
I think it's Rich Dad Poor Dad he talks about. I could be wrong. Maybe it's stuff in Arno. It's like always buy the cheapest, ugliest house in the best neighborhood possible.
So I'm not really sure where I picked it from because I've read so many books and binge watched so many videos of like real estate gurus and stuff that I don't even remember. But the idea is like you can make like $20,000 profit on the buy if you buy like an under market value property or a wholesale property. But being in a good neighborhood is very important because tomorrow, when in 5 years, when prices of the whole of Cambridge appreciate, other neighborhoods might appreciate like 200K, 300K. 200 to 50K. My property price will increase by 300 to 50K. Like I'm just giving you rough numbers.
Right.
Just because I'm in a good neighborhood, people are willing to pay that extra buck to stay in that neighborhood, in that house. In the neighborhood is more important, right? Because you want to be in a good neighborhood where your kids can go to school, in a good school. Plus, like you don't want to stay in a place where hobos are running around and your neighbors are super rude to you. You would never want to move in a neighborhood like that. So the idea behind this is like, since this is like a single family neighborhood kind of area, like you wouldn't find triplexes, fourplexes in this area. You will find mansions, like huge mansions in that area, in this area. So pretty much whoever is moving here is like a family person. And if you're a rich guy, you have like couple Beamers and Mercedes, like you want to stay in the best neighborhood ever. It doesn't matter like how much you're paying, right? You want your kids to be friends with the right kind of people. You want to go to the best school ever. So that's why you buy something in the good neighborhood, and then rich people will come and pay the price you want. And that drives the market value. And slowly, as the market value goes up, even if you have the smallest house in the neighborhood, doesn't matter.
I mean, that's like what he said too in the last video. Like the house is literally off the market in 24 hours. So it's like he saw the opportunity and then boom.
So it was like mid-COVID, the house went on market.
Mid-COVID too.
Mid-COVID, like literally there was lockdowns. I wasn't even going to the office. I heard my realtor gave me a call. He's like, "You will love this. You gotta come and see this." I'm like, "Bruh, I am down for this." I'm like, "Fuck, doesn't matter if there's COVID or whatever. I'm down for this." So I came here. It was just on market for 24 hours. So the showing started. Imagine it started 3 p.m. today. Next day, afternoon, done. Like if you have an offer in, you have an offer in. Otherwise, you don't have the house. So we came here like 6:37ish. We were here. We checked out the property. The ceiling height was amazing in the basement, and it was already a legal secondary dwelling unit. I was like, okay, this is perfect because you want to also see the fact that if you want to slowly scale, you can be cash flowing like crazy, buying student rentals and everything, but at the same time you need to be good in terms of like the bank's books. How can you be in good terms with the bank's books if you own multi-families, if you have like multiple units, rather than maximizing the rents you can get from a single family home, running like a boarding house and all that. That's good too. I also have like a couple houses like that in my portfolio, but I wanted this as well at the same time because this is a duplex, like kind of a single family home with a secondary dwelling unit. So in terms of bank, I'm making legal income from the upper unit and the lower unit if I rent it out. So it's like just amazing and it's hassle free.
Alright guys, so that's pretty much up for this video. Sid, in case the people want to know where they can find you, can they ask you questions and where can they find you?
If you want to reach out to me, you can, there'll be an Insta handle somewhere down here. You can reach out to me or myself or my brother, or we also have like an Instagram page for our business. That'll be also in the link down below. Yeah, man.
And other than that guys, that's pretty much how you can make $100,000 very simple concept, but very, I guess, you know, not a lot of people know
It's
about
not
it.
that, yeah, it's not that present, but yeah.
It's a thing. So that's it for this video, guys. There's gonna be a few other videos with Sid, so make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell down below so you never miss a video. And until next time, we'll see you guys all later. Thanks and goodbye.